Tell me once my screen is visible. 1 minute.
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So we had started with our unit number 10. In unit 10, we had also looked at our
Mm,
present perfect tense,
perfect.
right?
Yes.
Now we'll move to the next tense that we have, or basically the difference between the uh, present perfect tense and simple past tense. That's what we are going to mainly see in today's unit, okay? Now, first over here, you have a conversation. As usual, I want you to read the conversation loudly,
Okay.
quickly, okay?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm late. Have you been here long, Carlos? No, only for a few minutes. So have you chosen a
Chosen,
restaurant yet?
chosen.
Chosen a restaurant yet? Erin, I can't decide. We can go to a big restaurant or have a sandwich at a cafe. Have you ever had a Cuban sandwich, Carlos? No, I haven't. Are they good? Erin, they are delicious. I have had them many times. Carlos, you really like Cuban foods. Have you ever been to Cuba? Erin, no, but I went to college in Miami. I ate pandas, pandas and rice, beans all the time.
Empanadas, empanadas.
Empanadas. Okay.
Okay, don't worry, we are going to
Yeah.
listen to the audio so you'll
Yeah.
understand the pronunciation better. Okay, so if you observe over here, the conversations are in both your present perfect tense as well as your simple past tense. Okay, now as I
Okay.
said last time, there is a very thin difference between these two. Okay, there is very thin line between these two when to use these two. We just need to understand whether the action that we are talking about, if it has any kind of effect on the present or not, and depending on that we use the present perfect tense or simple past tense. Okay, now the conversation is pretty easy. She asks, have you been here long, मतलब बहुत देर से आप यहाँ पर हो क्या? So he says no, only for a few minutes. Have you chosen a restaurant yet? Chosen होता है वो, chosen नहीं होता है
Okay.
pronunciation. Remember, it's a common mistake that everyone does. Okay, so
Okay.
it's chosen. So she says, I can't decide. We can go to a big restaurant or have a sandwich at a cafe. So बड़े होटल में जा सकते हैं, नहीं तो फिर नॉर्मल छोटे कैफे वगैरह में जा सकते हैं. सो पूछते हैं, हैव यू ever had a Cuban sandwich, okay? So बोलते, no, I haven't. Are they good? So he says, they are delicious. I have had them many times, okay? So she or she is saying, you really like Cuban food. Have you ever been to Cuba? So he says, no, I went to college in Miami. I ate empanadas and rice and beans all the time over there. मतलब मैं हमेशा ये खाता था वहाँ पर. That's what he's trying to say over here. Okay, now
Yeah.
let us, as usual, quickly listen to the same conversation to understand the intonations and the pronunciations in a better way. Okay.
Yes.
Exercise 4. Conversation. Have you ever had a Cuban sandwich? Part A. Listen and practice.
I'm sorry I'm late. Have you been here long?
No, only for a few minutes. So, have you chosen a restaurant yet?
I can't decide. We can go to a big restaurant or have a sandwich at a cafe. Have you ever had a Cuban sandwich?
No, I haven't. Are they good?
They're delicious. I've had them many times.
You really like Cuban food. Have you ever been to Cuba?
No, but I went to college in Miami. I ate empanadas and rice and beans all the time.
Okay, easy.
Yes. Yes.
Now, here we are going to listen to the second part of the conversation, and you have to focus on the part where do they decide to go after lunch. मतलब lunch के बाद वो
Okay.
कहाँ जाने का decide करते हैं. Okay, I'll play
Yes.
the conversation and pay attention.
Exercise 4. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. Where do they decide to go after lunch?
So, what would you like to do this afternoon?
Let's see. Have you ever been close to an alligator?
What? No, I haven't. Why?
There's a new alligator park that I haven't been to yet. I've heard it's very exciting. You can see alligators up close and take pictures with them.
Okay, let me just finish my sandwich. Maybe this will be my last meal.
Haha! Wow, I've never seen you this scared before.
Okay. So
Yes.
where do they go? Sorry, where do they
Alligator park
Mm-hmm.
to can take
Full
picture
sentence. They decide to go to an alligator park.
at the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Okay, and take pictures
Mm.
with them.
Yeah.
You know what are alligators, right?
Yes.
They look similar to our crocodiles.
Crocodiles.
Okay. Anyway, we saw the picture also at the start, if you remember.
Yes.
Now, as I said, over here we are going to see the difference between our present perfect and simple past, because that's what they were using in the conversation as well that we just saw. Now, over here, present perfect, we mainly use it to talk about an indefinite time in the past. मतलब जहाँ पर हम time mention नहीं कर रहे as such. Okay, that's the first difference. That whenever we don't mention any kind of time when we did that activity in the past, we will use present perfect. But if we say are specifying an event or a moment in the past, and we are saying that okay, we did this activity, then we will use simple past tense. Okay, that's the first difference. Second difference, if as I told you, if we have a connection with our present, we will, the activity that we did in the past, if it has a connection with the present, then we will use present perfect tense. Okay, but if we don't have the activity's connection with the present, then we will just use simple past tense. Okay, for example, I can say I have read that book. I have read that book. Now it's a book, maybe we are talking about it, but we, like, I have read that book, and it has an effect because I still remember what I read. Okay, so I will say I have read that book. But if I say I read that book when I was in college, I'm saying that okay, I have done that activity, but it was in the past and it doesn't have any kind of connection with the present.
Okay.
Okay, that's the basic difference, but many times we use it interchangeably as well. Okay, there is no right or wrong as such in it. Like kar sakte hai, you know this rule, so you might understand the difference now, but person that you're talking to, they might not know the difference, right? So we can use them interchangeably also, but try to stick to the rules if possible. Okay, now let us quickly look at the examples over here. I'm going to play the audio for the examples as well. Pay attention. Okay, pay
Okay.
attention to the way they have framed it in the present perfect and the way they have framed it in the simple past. Okay,
Page 66. Exercise 5. Grammar focus. Present perfect versus simple past.
Have you ever eaten Cuban food?
Use the present perfect for an indefinite time in the past.
Yes, I have. I've had it many times.
No, I haven't. I haven't tried it yet.
Use the simple past for a specific event in the past.
I ate a lot of Cuban food when I lived in Miami.
No, I never tried it when I lived in Miami.
okay. So when I lived in Miami
Hmm.
becomes the specific moment that we are talking about in the
Okay.
past. Okay, here we are saying कि हमने कभी भी नहीं किया या फिर एक बार किया है or many times किया है. We are not mentioning when. Here we are mentioning
Okay.
when we did that activity. When I lived in Miami. Okay, that's
Okay.
the first difference.
Have you ever seen an alligator?
Use the present perfect for an indefinite time in the past.
Yes, I have. I've seen a few alligators in my life.
No, I haven't. I've never seen one.
Use the simple past for a specific event in the past.
I saw a big alligator at the new park last week.
I didn't go to the alligator park last week, so I didn't see any.
Okay,
Yes.
easy.
Yes.
समझ में आया difference? Okay.
Oh.
Now next grammar rule that we have, which is very very important, which we have already looked at, but we'll quickly refresh our memory. That is, when do we use for and when do we use since? Okay, if you remember, we had talked about this. We use for whenever we are talking about duration of an action, कि हम कितने duration के लिए कोई action कर रहे हैं या फिर कर रहे थे. ठीक है. For example, I have lived in Pune for 10 years, I can say now. Okay, so here we are mentioning the period of time the action is going on for. Okay, but whereas if you're talking about a starting point in time or starting point of the action, then we will use since. Okay, for example, I have been in back-to-back classes since 9 a.m. Okay, or same example that I gave before, I have been in Pune since 2016 example. Okay, so we are mentioning the start time कि action start कब हुआ है, and usually we use since when the action is still continued till the moment of speaking. For example, I can say I have been waiting for you since 9 o'clock. So, still the action is going on of waiting. समझ में
Okay.
आया?
Yes.
Yeah, very easy but very important because we use this in incorrect way many times. Okay, that is the reason. Quickly write down the rules, then we will try to solve an exercise. Tell me once you're done writing.
Yes. Done. learners.
Okay. Try this exercise. Then we have exercise on from. Sorry, for and. Okay. Just 1 second. I think there is a. Okay, pronunciation exercise also after that. Take it. Okay. Yep.
Done. Done.
Done? Okay,
Done, madam.
let's discuss the answers quickly. Tell me the answers for the first one.
Have you ever sing in public?
San,
Uh,
B3
Okay. Sung in public. Yes, I have sang at my friend birthday party. Have you ever lost something valuable? No, I haven't lost, but my brother lost his cell phone on trips once.
on
Have
a
you
trip once. A trip.
trips one? Okay. Mm, have you ever got traffic ticket?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have. Once I got a ticket and had to pay $50. Have you
More
ever?
important दोन्ही चालतं ठीक आहे.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever seen a live concert? Concert? Yes, I have. I saw Adele at stadium last year.
Very good, Adele. Yeah.
Adele. Have you ever been late for on an important event? No, I haven't. But my sister was 2 hours late for her wedding.
Correct, very good. Next, for instance.
Maura was in Central America for a month last year.
Very good,
I have been a college student for almost 4 years.
very good.
Hiroshi has been at work since 6 a.m.
Correct.
I haven't gone to party for long time. Sean lived in Bolivia for 2 years as a kid.
Very good,
My parents have been on vacation since Monday.
very good.
Jennifer was engaged to Theo for 6 months. Uh, okay. Alex and Brianna have been best friend. Since high school.
Very good. Easy, right?
Yes.
Make sure when you are
Yes.
using them, use them in a correct way again.
Okay.
Now, next rule that we have the pronunciation rule, which is important for us. That is, whenever we have the words ending with ed, are regular verbs that we have looked at,
Hmm.
right? Whenever we have these verbs ending in ed, they do not, pronounce ed sound every time or d sound every time. Okay,
Okay.
sometimes it pronounces t sound also. For example, have you cooked lunch yet? Yes, I have already cooked it. Okay, so it's
Okay.
kind of t sound over here. But
Okay.
when I say yes, I tried
Right.
it once in Miami, d sound is there, but not very
Okay.
harsh again, very soft. Okay, so what is
Okay.
the rule? Now, read the sentence which is given on the screen. This one.
I chopped a garlic, boiled the potatoes, and roasted the beef.
Yes, if you observe, all
Hmm.
three ed sounds are different over here. I
Yes.
chopped the garlic, I boiled the potatoes, and roasted the beef.
Yes.
Okay, so it's ed, but the sound changes every time. Okay, that is the
Yes.
reason, if you remember, I had told you that don't go with spellings. When we see the spellings, we feel that all the pronunciations are same, but when we pronounce them, we understand that okay, they have different pronunciations even if the spellings or the letters are the same. Okay, so what is the difference, or what is the rule? We add ed to the root word, we know that already. If the
Yes.
word ends in a voiceless consonant म्हणजे काय की जेव्हा आपण त्यांना हार्शली प्रोनाउन्स नाही करत और लाउडली प्रोनाउन्स नाही करत म्हणू शकतो. ओके, इन सिम्पलर लँग्वेज. फॉर एक्झाम्पल व्हेन आय से चॉप, राईट, चॉप,
Yes.
सो साऊंड तिथे एंड झाला, जास्त साऊंड नाही आपण त्याचं
Hmm.
करत आहे. सो दॅट्स वाय
Hmm.
इट्स कॉल्ड व्हॉइसलेस कॉन्सोनंट बिकॉज इट डजंट मेक अ लॉट ऑफ साऊंड ओवर देयर एज सच. ठीक है, that time if you are adding ed to it, the sound will be of kind of t, chopped. Okay,
Chopped.
chopped.
Yes.
D nahi na, t kind of. ठीक है. Whereas if the word ends in voice consonant or a vowel, म्हणजे आपण जोरात त्यांना pronounce करतोय consonant ला और vowel
Hmm.
ने end होतंय, that's when we will pronounce d, boiled. Okay, boiled. ठीक है. And if the word ends in t or d sound, then we will pronounce ed, roasted. Okay, dusted. हे येऊन जाईल बिकॉज
Hmm.
इथे ऑलरेडी ट
Hmm.
आणि ड चा साऊंड येतोय ना. सो वी नीड टू मेक शुअर दॅट द साऊंड्स गेट लाईक आर separate from each other. The sounds get separated basically. They mix नको होयला or confusion नको होयला, right? त्यासाठी. So we will say roasted over here. Clear?
Okay.
That's the basic difference between these three sounds. So again, let's practice some more over here. I'm going to play the audio. Pay attention. Okay, you have
Okay.
some words on the screen. Pay attention on how the sounds change.
Stop.
Stopped.
Crack.
Cracked.
Miss.
Missed.
Laugh.
Laughed.
So आपण usually missला
Hmm.
missed call म्हणतो, missed call. So
Mhm,
that
missed
kind
call.
of थोडंसं incorrect आहे तिथे. Okay, it's t sound.
Okay.
Match.
Matched.
Star.
Starred.
Rub.
Rubbed.
Mug.
Mugged.
Amuse.
Amused.
Gather.
Gathered.
Okay, now over here, because they are practicing and showing you, they are focusing on the D sound or they are stressing on the D sound a lot. Okay, but
Mhm.
when we are speaking, we will not stress on the D sound a lot. Okay, remember that.
Okay.
Rubbed, that's it. Rubbed. एकदम stress नहीं
Mhm.
करायचा आपल्याला.
Mhm.
Okay, we have to remember that also.
Okay.
Want.
Wanted.
Invite.
Invited.
Post.
Posted.
Round.
Rounded.
Invade.
Invaded.
Okay, easy.
Yes.
But very important rule. ठीक आहे,
Yes.
आता इथे स्वतः तुम्ही थोडंसं लिहायचं प्रॅक्टिस करा. Like pronounce the words and see which will take T sound, D sound or ED sound or ID sound where we can say. ठीक है? Write it down in your notebook, then we'll discuss.
Done.
Okay, I'm going to play the audio.
Yes.
Focus on this. Okay.
Stated, looked, argued, dubbed, capped, interested, deleted, sipped, sacked, annoyed, chewed, rated, shifted, retired, faced, blinded, flashed, loved, ended, pushed, decided, climbed, headed, inched, surfed, pulled, answered, intruded.
Okay,
Yes.
easy.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now this you will do for homework. Take a screenshot of this. घेतलं?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, next. Now, last exercise that we have over here for today, that is the listening exercise. Here we are going to listen to Nicole, who is telling Tyler about some interesting things that she has done recently. Okay, you have to listen to it and you have to complete the chart which is given over here. So
Okay.
basically, you have to note down the places that Nicole went and what she did over there. Okay, and try to note down has Tyler been there before or not as well. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll play the audio.
Page 67. Exercise 7. Listening. Great to see you. Listen to Nicole tell Tyler about some interesting things she's done recently. Complete the chart.
Hi, Nicole. Great to see you. What have you been up to lately?
Hey, Tyler. Well, let's see. I went shopping at a discount store last week. It's called the Sports Discount Center. Have you ever shopped there?
No, I haven't. What's it like?
It's awesome. The prices are always very low. But when something's on sale, it's so cheap you can't believe it.
What was on sale?
Skateboards. I got a really nice one. It has a picture of the city on it.
Nice. Will you show it to me sometime? I love skateboard art.
Of course I will. And speaking of art, I went to the City Museum last week.
Oh, nice. I went there once when I was a kid.
Oh, cool. It's such a beautiful building.
Yeah. What kind of art did you see?
They had an exhibit of modern Mexican art. It was wonderful.
Oh, I love modern art. I definitely want to see that.
Well, don't wait too long. The exhibit ends next week.
Okay, did you get the
Yes.
answers?
Yes.
Tell me the answers.
She went to discount sports shopping center,
Sports discount center. Okay.
sport discount center. She purchased. She buy a skateboard.
She bought.
She
Past
bought.
tense.
She bought a skateboard, and uh, Taylor is not there.
Tyler has sorry, not Taylor is Tyler. Tyler has not
Taylor,
been there.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. And then second place is City Museum.
Mhm.
She saw there some modern Mexican art,
Mhm.
and Tyler is also have been there.
Has been. Tyler
Has
has.
been, has
Has.
been. Yes.
Very good. Easy peasy. Now, here we are done with our unit number 10. In the next unit, this is an extra exercise which you will do for homework again, and the reading exercise which you will do for homework. We'll do some speaking practice on Monday. We'll try. If possible, I'll take a session tomorrow, but I can't promise. Okay, let's
Okay,
see
sure.
how it
No
works
problem.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, we'll do some speaking practice on Monday, and and then we'll move to our unit number 11. In unit number 11, we'll mostly be looking at our model auxiliaries. Okay?
Okay.
So make sure you revise everything that we have studied till now before that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Because
Fine.
model auxiliaries are kind of little advanced, which we are going to go through, and they're useful. You know that, right? We use
Okay.
them
Yeah.
almost every day. So
Okay.
that's the reason. Any questions, any doubts, anything that you did not understand in today's session?
Uh, so there are lots of rules. How can we remember at the time of speaking?
Okay, so see, don't follow everything, but
Yeah.
मेन जे rules मी सांगितलेत ते follow करा मी जसं सांगितलं तसं.
Okay.
ठीक आहे. I know खूप सारे rules आहेत, but when you're speaking, as I have
Mm-hmm.
told you, be a little mindful. ठीक आहे. Fast
Okay.
आपल्याला पळायचं नाहीये. Be a little mindful of what you're going to say and
Yes.
try to speak that. Okay. मॅक्झिमम रूल्स आपल्याला फॉलो करायचे बट जे कॉमन कॉमन आपण मिस्टेक्स करतो ते तरी आपल्याला
Mm-hmm.
अवॉइड करायचं जसं मी म्हटलं
Okay.
तुम्ही आता सिम्पल पास्ट आणि
Mm-hmm.
प्रेझेंट परफेक्ट मध्ये यु नो डिफरन्शिएट नाही
Mm-hmm.
करू शकत आणि त्याच्यामध्ये मिस्टेक होते दॅट इज एक्सेप्टेबल एवढं कळून
Mm-hmm.
पण येत नाही ते राईट
Mm-hmm.
बट जिथे सिम्पल पास्ट यूज करते तिथे सिम्पल पास्ट सिम्पल प्रेझेंट जिथे यूज करते तिकडे सिम्पल प्रेझेंट प्रेझेंट कंटिन्यूस
Okay.
जिथे यूज करते तिकडे ते त्याच्यामध्ये आपण इंटरचेंज नाही करू शकत
Mm-hmm.
ठीक आहे सो यू हॅव टू स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो दीज रूल्स
Okay.
क्लिअर
Clear.
सो वाईल स्पीकिंग लाईक डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हॉट युअर टॉकिंग अबाउट तेव्हा पण आपल्याला रूल कळून येतो समजा तुम्ही एक इन्सिडेंट एक्सप्लेन करताय जो तुमच्यासोबत 5 वर्ष आधी झालेला 6 वर्ष आधी झाला यू अंडरस्टँड क्लिअरली दॅट ओके मॅक्झिमम टाइम यू हॅव टू यूज सिम्पल पास्ट टेन्स ओवर देअर राईट
Yes.
whereas if you're explaining your current activity which you do every day then you will use simple present whereas if you're talking about something that you're doing at the moment of speaking then you will use present continuous so असं थोडंसं डिफरेन्शिएट करा ठीक आहे म्हणजे आपण
Okay.
बाकीचे टेन्सेस पण बघू त्या टेन्सेस मध्ये तर अजून कन्फ्युजन होतं मग
Mm-hmm.
सो दॅट्स व्हॉट यू हॅव टू फोकस ऑन की
Okay.
आपण काय बोलत आहोत त्याच्यानुसार आपले टेन्सेस आपण फोकस करतो मेनली टेन्सेस मध्येच तुम्हाला कन्फ्युजन होत असणार आहे आय एम
Yes.
शुअर राईट
Yeah.
या any other questions
No.
okay then I'll share some vocabulary exercise with you
Okay.
as well which you will do over the weekend
Sure. Yeah.
ठीक आहे
Thank you.
no problem practice
Bye
more
bye. Yeah.